Hey friends, welcome back to a new video. So my younger brother just got his license and of course we hit up the online used car market to look for his first car. Nothing super fancy, just a reliable beater that he could take from point A to point B. And honestly, we couldn't find a car that was worth it. Everything was overpriced and the cars that were actually valued properly were sold in a matter of hours. If you watched my previous video on how I ended up driving a JDM Subaru WRX STI as my first car, you'd understand his pain. His generation of new drivers isn't so lucky when you're trying to get into a first car, especially if it's like a fun car or a car enthusiast car. So this got me thinking, yes, the post-pandemic economy is in absolute ruin. I don't know how anyone could afford anything nowadays. And I think this impacts not only new car enthusiasts, but us also who've been in the game for a while now. I have a few friends who are fortunate enough to keep their JDM cars from high school, and now they're worth 2 to 3 times more than what they originally paid for. I believe that they're gonna just make them long-term investments and eventually sell it so that they don't have to take out a mortgage on a house. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to get across is the longer that you wait to try to get into a fun car or a car enthusiast car, the more expensive they get, especially if you're young and you don't have a stable source of income yet. Hypothetically speaking, let's say you want to save up for your next car. Right now, it's worth $10,000, so you decide to put away $1,000 a month to save up for it. But it's an interesting paradox because the longer you need to save up for it, the more expensive the car gets. So does that mean you should try to get it sooner than later? I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, but logically speaking, the longer you wait, the more expensive cars you're gonna get, but you also need time to save up. So it's kind of a push and pull type of thing. Don't go finance at Hellcat for 20% annual interest. Please, I'm not telling you to do that. These are just my thoughts and I'm thinking out loud. I'm just ranting to you guys, okay? So take it as you will. I know this is a first world problem and there's a lot of people out there who can't even afford a car, but this is a problem that car enthusiasts are facing or will have to face eventually. However, this isn't new. Getting into cars is a really expensive hobby. I believe it's the one exception to the phrase, money can't buy happiness. But it could buy you a lot of cars and you could be miserable in your nice car, I guess. Jokes aside, we use cars as our outlet to de-stress, to escape the other disparaging realities of life. And although we can still be car enthusiasts without owning a car, it's different when something is yours. You emulate your identity through your car. It's an extension of yourself and you express it with the mods you put on and the way you drive. Yes, Nissan Altima owners, I'm talking to you. This brings me to my next point, which is a much more broad stroke problem. So new fun production vehicles are running out of time too. And what I mean by fun production vehicles, these cars are combustion engines. They feel visceral. They don't feel like a computer game. The audio from the engine is actually the engine itself and not some pumped in robot noise. So right now we have some pretty sick cars out for sale. To name a few, the Subaru WRX. Look at my previous video if you want to find out why I think this car is actually pretty good. The Honda Civic Type R FL5 that many car enthusiasts say handles with such precision, it's comparable to Porsches. A front-wheel drive car has been compared to a Porsche. The GR Corolla, what the STI hatch tried to be but failed miserably. The Elantra N, insane pops and bangs. Honda Civic Si, refined and fun. The Supra, rebadged BMWs, but BMWs are awesome so whatever. Nissan Z, smiley face beast. Golf R and GTI, das good car. And the 5-liter Mustang, America baby. There are many more for sure, but there are climate initiatives that car manufacturers will have to abide by, which will hinder their ability to make sports cars at their free will. Cars like the STI, which have been around for nearly 3 decades, was killed off with a hint of some sort of EV variant in the future. To me, this is a telltale sign fun cars are running out of time. It's a sad fact, but fun cars don't make a lot of money for car manufacturers. Profit margins are really small compared to these plastic-cladded SUVs. I think Subaru is actually onto something here with the new WRX. But really though, these plastic-cladded behemoths are the reason why car manufacturers can actually budget for these fun cars. I believe for pure combustion engine cars that are fun to drive for the car enthusiasts are only here for 1 or 2 more production cycles before they go hybrid at a minimum. This is my own speculation, of course. I could be completely wrong, and honestly, I hope I am completely wrong. I hope EVs and hybrids don't take over. But if they do, I think it's gonna be kind of crazy. Have you guys ever been driving on the road and get cut off by a soccer mom just trying to get where they need to go? They drive at like 10/10 sometimes, and it's absolutely nuts. Now imagine the same soccer mom, but in a minivan that's an EV that could do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3 seconds. Yeah, your 400 wheel horsepower or whatever is not going to match up to that. It's going to be absolutely insane on the road. I rented a Tesla Model 3 for a few days, and I've got to admit, it felt pretty untouchable, but eventually it started to feel pretty lackluster, like I was in some sort of simulation. You know that scene in WALL-E where everyone got fat because their hovering chairs just did everything for them? I kind of felt like that. EVs are enabling people to drive less, but that's not for me. I like driving because of the experience. It's engaging. We spend a fraction of our lives driving. Why not make it fun and engaging? There could honestly be a doomsday clock for fun combustion engine cars. And if someone did the math, I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting close to midnight. Anyways, that's it, my friends. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.